Cyril has appointed an account manager to oversee electricity in the country.
Instead of doing it himself, we, the public of South Africa, pay a minister close to, 20 million rand a year, including staff, to basically do the job that Cyril is supposed to do.
What we're actually drawing reference to is the fact that the energy or electricity minister has now been given his official powers. But on reading these powers, they look like Cyril's job, mate.
I mean, the irony of calling something powers during stage 6 load shedding is not lost on me, nor is it lost on our audience. But Byron, you've actually read what this guy can or can't do according to the powers conferred on him by the president. So just give us a brief snapshot.
I'm going to read it directly from Ramaphosa's words. In short, the minister will be expected to coordinate the numerous departments and entities involved in the energy crisis response, work with the Eskom leadership and manage to turn around the performance of existing power stations, ensure that new generation capacity is procured on an expedited basis, and take the lead in communicating to the public on the energy crisis. In short, he's basically an account manager. He's there to manage the various entities, like an account manager, in order to somehow mitigate load shedding. And where he can't mitigate it, he's got to go to the public and tell them, I fucked up. Sorry, guys, you're having load shedding.
Not a bad gig for 2.5 million rand a year. So, Byron, if I understand correctly, basically, at school, there was always like some school event, right? So someone creates the school event and then some mom with no job comes up and says, I will coordinate. So she gets the food for the event and she gets the petrol for the car and she gets the venue and she just makes sure everyone sort of does their job. The Minister of Electricity is basically the football mom of the government.
Yes, that's exactly it. There is one caveat, and that is there is one power, one whole single power that has been granted to this minister. Section 34(1) of the Energy Regulation Act, which basically empowers the minister to issue a determination that new energy generation capacity is needed in order to ensure the security of the energy supply. This includes the amount of new capacity that must be procured, the type of capacity, and the manner in which it must be procured. The person who actually procures it, the person who actually does the job, is still Karen Matashe, according to Section 34(2) of the Energy Regulation Act. The only power he really has is to say, look, Matashe, we need more energy. You need to do it using solar, power ships, or coal. And he's going to say, you must go off and do it. Some of it must come from the existing Eskom fleet. Some of it may have to come from independent power producers. So he is basically going to do the job Gwen Matashe should have done originally, but we all know he doesn't want to do that because he wants power ships and coal stations. But Cyril should have just said to him, mate, can you just do your job? But Cyril doesn't want to do that. So what he's done is he's got himself a soccer mom to tell him what to do instead and tell him to be a good boy and go off and do his job.
Yeah, basically the ministry of being a Karen. That is exactly what this guy's job is. So at the end of the day, Byron, you have to coordinate everything to make sure load shedding doesn't happen. He doesn't have any staff. He doesn't have any real power. He doesn't have a budget. He doesn't even have an email address at this moment. So the odds of this guy solving load shedding between 0 and fuck all, which one is it?
Fuck all.
I agree completely. Cyril's off scot-free. He doesn't pick a fight with Gwede. Basically, his Karen will pick a fight with Gwede and leaving Cyril to quietly quit in sort of perpetuity, in essence. Not a bad gig.
So the DA obviously criticised the appointment of the energy Karen on the basis that he would have no parliamentary oversight. For once, I'm actually going to stick up with the ANC. The ANC said an oversight committee of the energy minister would be a waste of time. And I'm in agreement. I just don't think the guy can actually do anything. So what exactly are you going to have oversight for? Because in order for you to actually have oversight of somebody, you actually have to do something. He is the energy account manager of the country. This is his job, mate. He's a liaison between parties. It's not a bad gig for 20 mil, huh? I'm just saying, if the ANC needs another account manager, hey man, I'm free. I'll do it.
It is indeed a very good life. So let us know down in the comments down below. What do you think of the Karen of load shedding? Do you think the Karen will actually solve anything? Or is this once again an attempt by Cyril to delegate as much power as possible so that he does and continues to do sweet fuck all?